You live inside a haunted house. Look past your reflection in the mirror, beneath the skin, and you'll find a bustling metropolis of trillions of microscopic entities working in total darkness. They fight wars you will never declare, guard secrets you are not allowed to know, and silently dictate who you are. This is the anatomy of the unseen. Welcome to the biological ghost. Every single night, a quiet eviction happens inside your head. You lay down, close your eyes, and within minutes, the person you spent all day being is systematically erased. You enter a world where you can fly, talk to the dead, or run from monsters, all without once asking, "Who am I?" Why does your brain completely forget its owner? This isn't a glitch. It is an intentional, biochemical coup d'etat. If your brain didn't temporarily dismantle your identity, the waking world and the dream world would violently collide. Your mind would fracture into a permanent state of psychosis. To protect you from the raw intensity of your own dreams, your brain must make you a tactical amnesiac. In the winter of 1962, a French neurobiologist named Michel Jouvet conducted a bizarre experiment to understand the fragile wall between sleeping and waking. He targeted a tiny structure in the brainstem called the pons. During REM sleep, the pons normally acts like a master puppeteer cutting its own physical strings. It sends a flood of inhibitory neurotransmitters down the spinal cord to paralyze your muscles, preventing you from ever physically acting out your wildest dreams. Jouvet surgically altered this precise mechanism in cats. The results were astonishing. The cats were deeply asleep, their brain waves showing pure, undisturbed REM sleep. Yet they suddenly stood up, arched their backs, hissed, and began aggressively stalking completely invisible mice across the empty laboratory floor. They were living ghosts trapped between two realms. In humans, a similar breakdown causes REM sleep behavior disorder, a terrifying state where people physically fight off imaginary intruders. But paralyzing the physical body is only half the battle. The brain must also paralyze your critical awareness. To do this, it orchestrates a massive chemical shift. When you are awake, your brain is drenched in norepinephrine and serotonin, the chemicals of focus, logic, and self-reflection that keep your identity firmly anchored. But as you sink into deep REM sleep, the factories for these neurotransmitters completely shut down. Their production levels drop to absolute zero. Simultaneously, the dorsolateral prefrontal cortex, the logical executive sitting right behind your forehead, completely turns off and goes dark. This is the region that tracks time and says, "Pigs can't fly. This makes no sense." Without it, the brain becomes a ship cast adrift in a storm. Your emotional center, the amygdala, takes total control, firing wildly. Because your logic center isn't awake to object, you accept the most bizarre narratives as absolute reality. You become a completely clean slate, reacting to pure emotion. Psychologists view this nocturnal amnesia as a vital evolutionary mercy for the human mind. Imagine if you remembered your waking identity while dreaming. Every night, you would suffer the immense psychological trauma of experiencing your entire world collapse. You would watch your loved ones vanish or your body fall from clouds, all while knowing exactly what you stood to lose in real life. By erasing your identity, the brain transforms these terrifying scenarios into abstract, manageable simulations. It lets you process primal fears safely. It shields the fragile ego you need to survive tomorrow. Ultimately, your brain forgets who you are every night so that it can remember how to keep you alive. Sleep is the ultimate act of renewal, a daily reminder that our tightly held identities, our worries, and our histories are far more fragile than we think. We are not rigid monuments carved in stone. We are rivers, flowing and changing, completely rewritten every single time the sun goes down. Perhaps the deepest truth of the human condition is that in order to truly wake up to a new day, we must first have the courage to completely lose ourselves in the dark. If this journey into the mysteries of the sleeping brain sparked your curiosity, please hit that like button and subscribe to join our community of curious minds. Thank you so much for watching, and sleep well.